My involvement with music has been to come into a Hartlepool PRU as like creative music teacher, but rather than approach it through a regular approach like with music and scales, and obviously when I was at school we'd sit and play the guitar and play the keyboard, and it was hard for kids who don't necessarily focus that well. That's a hard way. What we do is we approach it all through sound, and we record sounds from outside, sounds from in the classroom. So we might mic up a table, we might set a microphone up in a corner and record them when they don't know and play it back to them, which is kind of fun for them. And then we can incorporate that in the music. At the moment we're working on like a puppet show that was to do with an arts award that they're all going for. So in English they'll write the script, in art they'll create the little puppets and stickmen and things to perform. We've also built a stage between them. So while that's all going on, when we've been going outside, if there's a countryside scene and we're up on the moors, which is quite common, we'll go for walks over Rosemary Top in Captain Cook's. So I'll take some field recording equipment, set it up, record the wind, that sort of thing, trees, sort of creaking and sort of stuff. And then I can set that as a bit of a background. We can also record sound effects. So one of the kids gets hit by a bus. So we can record these impact noises. And we can incorporate them into the puppet show, but also we can incorporate them into music as well. So we could use the same sound from the bus, we could use that for a part of a drum kit and start layering things up that way. The age range generally that we work with is Key Stage 3. So we're looking at 12 to 14 mainly in this group. Both boys and girls. Obviously the girls and the boys tend to come up with different stories. The girls are princesses and the boys are superheroes.
Romeo, where art thou? Hear my sweet Juliet, as they both meet together. How could we ever be together with our families feuding? And Juliet starts to cry. We will think of something, Juliet, don't worry.
The main thing for these kids is focus. It's very hard for them to stay focused, so this is why we don't approach it in a traditional way with music. We try to do things a little bit differently and incorporate sounds in through all the levels of capture to then editing and mixing and that sort of thing. We saw that they almost feel like they're part of it because they've gone up the moors and they've recorded the sound, then they've put that sound into the thing in the classroom, then they go on to perform it live. And so I think that's really good for them.
Two ladies meet, Bo Peep has a torch. She flashes it and there you are. Bill, get home now.
What were your favourite bits? Pressing the buttons.
Well, when I turned up, the previously had music teachers come in. For a kid who doesn't live in like a musical sort of world and they've not experienced that, I think that can be really daunting and it's an instant switch off. So by doing it the way we're doing it, I think it's like a different avenue for them. It's a different approach to music totally. So it's like I say, it's more through sound rather than your traditional music techniques. I've been here now about 5 months, and we started off with a one day a week on the outdoor end, and then 1.5 days a week. So I'd go out for a day outdoor education, record some sounds there, and try and put them sounds into something musical on a Thursday for a couple of hours. And it was quite. We were quite quick to realise that there wasn't enough time to build a relationship with the kids. So I think now that I'm in here on a full-time basis, so I'm in here Monday to Friday now, we get to talk more, we get to talk about different types of music. So the lads who've been in there, they all like to MC. I don't know if that's a local thing to Hartlepool, because it's not something I was that familiar with. I know MCs existed, but I thought it was more dying out, but these kids seem to be really into it. So that's a nice way of getting them going, so they could be sat doing the maths and think of a little rhyme, do you know what I mean, and get that down. But as soon as the microphone comes out, they're a little bit more shy and they don't want to get involved. So yeah, building that relationship I think is key to be able to almost wean something out of them musically. You need to first understand the kids, and again that might be why it's not worked in the past. sort of why it's working well now, because we're building that relationship.
Referral. 50 Cent.
What do you like about it?
Everything.
Bands.
What band?
Java, like.
Again, not just with music, but with English and maths, it's difficult for the kids to stay focused. So on a regular day, we've obviously got certain targets to hit with maths and with English and science and some stuff like that. Now, if we're timetabling to do some music in the afternoon and maths on the morning, English in between, and it's quite flexible where if they're not going to engage with the maths straight away, we might switch it around to do English first if they want to get more work out from that way. So what I did recently was one of the students who was very good at maths, we got into random numbers from his work. We feel like got like a, I'm not sure, like let's say a 4 was one of his answers. We'd use that 4, we'd key that in to the music production stuff, and we could use like the 4 to repeat one note 4 times within a bar, within a certain hook that we'd already created, and then we're using the numbers that he's generating through the work he would be doing anyway to then create some music. So it's sort of a little bit of a break from maths. So we'll do a maths question, and now we'll go and switch to the music. We'll key this in. Whereas, like you've seen today, we might have them for half an hour. We'll make some really good stuff done, but it's only half an hour. So if we could use 10 minutes here, switch back to the maths and get 10 minutes done, and we're hitting all the targets we're supposed to be doing, we're getting the maths work done, we're getting the music work done, but each one's helping the other one. I think the key thing with the kids enjoying it is the creativity, that they can just, they're free to do whatever they want. So when certain kids don't have that confidence and they're afraid to fail, I think it's made a difference, especially in here, to give kids options. See, as well as the music production stuff that we bring in here, we'll also bring in decks and turntables and just get them to be creative.